Hello and welcome to Geekatplay Studio Tutorials. In this tutorial, we will explore a little bit more on the lighting, different presets, and try to create something cool applications. And also, I want to introduce you to some other applications, and some of you maybe heard will call Growboto. Very nice, very creative application. We'll use it one model from this one, and in future we have more tutorials coming how to using this application, customizing and anything on a Growboto. It's very nice, very easy to create custom abstract models, and very fun. So let's begin by creating our scenery. And what I want to do, I want to create actually a bit wider and taller, but we will adjust after we put a model. So let's go ahead and import our model. Okay, so I have right here the Vortex. Let's click open, zoom out. And by the way, this model is free object. You can download it when you have it Growboto demo version, so you can play around and see how they look. So this is kind of very nice. They supply us with the test. So let's go right here, and you know what, even we go right now to preview. Let's go to screen and we'll go ahead. You can see the model supply very interesting, have a lot of potential to using in our scenery. Okay, but let's go increase, let's go create some kind of fantasy sci-fi vortex from this one. Okay, well, one thing I want to do, I want to actually customize. So in one thing, sometimes this is kind of presets, so we can go to different preset we wanted, but if we want to highlight specific part of the image, make a little bit more dramatic look, more custom, we have an excellent option right here, free user defined. So we'll click on this. Also I want to switch back to pixels, and now what we need to do is type the value we want it. So you know what, let's go about maybe 380, and I want to have it tall, maybe by 768 or something. Okay, let's click OK, and you notice right here we change already our view, so we can actually come much closer, adjust our camera, create more interesting look, kind of cut off things that we don't want to show. So we want to create like this example. So you can see even with this preview we already have it more detail close up, and this is one nice thing when you use the custom presets, custom rendering, because or for the landscape we can have it all the way wide screen, which is giving us very nice perspective and cut off some details we don't want to distract. So in this case we want to concentrate on our vortex. You know what, I notice also some distraction, so let's go maybe make about 42 lens perspective. That will give us a bit better look here. Just positioning, and this we can play a little bit more with position camera a little bit later. This will give us a very nice start. Okay, and we're kind of done with the settings all set. Now what we're going to do is play with the lighting and with atmosphere. So let's go to atmosphere and we'll go to atmosphere editor. Okay, let's go start from our sun. The one thing what I want to do, I want to have a sun maybe positioned right up front of this. So we can do several ways. We can drag our sun and go around, or we can just go ahead and try maybe adjusting position of the sun. You can see we drop right here, and maybe just slightly to right. So we're positioning sun right here. You know what, let me go so it's easier. Okay, here's one position. We'll leave it maybe crown just a little bit lower. We don't want to overwhelm with that light. Okay, let's go now to the lighting tab. Okay, and here we can set global illumination, so we'll give it us a little bit nicer perspective look. Okay, let's go to increase on our sunlight. And also because we drop down, I like to increase just slightly overall lighting so we have it a bit better. Okay, the ambient light color is work very well for generic, but if you want to have a little bit more depth, more kind of texturing look on a sky, on a clouds, what I like to do, I like to take ambient light and actually make it a little bit less chroma remove from this one and create a little bit darker. So what it does was it create sky darker, and most important, when we start looking on a clouds and embed ambient lighting, it will give it us more shape, more kind of distinguished look for the clouds. So the ambient light, it will play quite a bit when we start working with the clouds. Okay, so let's go right now in the clouds tab, and I'm gonna go ahead and add few clouds. So let's see which one we have it. I'm just go preview. It's kind of look very interesting. Okay, so we can look on a different, you know what, let's use this one as one layer, and let's go add maybe another one, clouds. We're going to cameras, and let's see, you know what, let's look on some other one. I want just have it top layer cover, and you know what, let's go with detailed cameras. So we'll click OK, and now we can go ahead and a little bit customize our. So I want to drop this down, maybe even the one nice things when you work on altitude, the slider can go up to 100 meters, but you always can go inside and type from 0 if you want to actually create fog. But in this case, I want to make about 30 meters, maybe high. And you know what? Let's create this cloud layer, not so high above. Okay, maybe covers too much, so we'll go to VP3. Also, let's go reduce a little bit density. What density does, it's provide us how much of the how dense clouds is, how much light will absorb, or how much ambient will be applied. Okay, so the opacity, sharpness, let's leave it just like this, feather same. One thing I want to increase our detail amount, altitude variation, go down, and ambient light, if you remember, because we modified, we can go all the way down, and you can notice it's a bit darker on details, but I don't want to have it too much, so probably about here. We can pop up our shadow density. Also, let's go work on our detail, the cumulus clouds, and you know what, those ones I'll just leave it like this. Okay, let's go next. It will be sky and fog tab. So right here, I want to actually drop this one to 50 about %, about halfway down. It will create a darker look, so it will decrease ground density, how far it's going. Okay, also altitude, just maybe about just a little bit down. This we don't want discounting, so we'll put about decay on the 30%. And let's pop up. What decay does, you can see this kind of yellow layer, all this pollution kind of, or some other atmosphere pollution with dust, and on this one options you can specify how much and how far it can go. Okay, air haze, so we'll go 68 about, and maybe drop down to somewhere around 2 kilometers, something like that. Fog, let's pop up our fog a little bit higher, and we'll go this one. Okay. The glow is what making all particles in the air kind of producing or reflect light. And one interesting thing is it's this slider, aerial perspective. So in some cases it's easy how to justify how much glowing or how much fog density will be. So we can go all the way to 0 and 1. And this is very nice to use related if you want to create like very sharp images. You can go ahead and reduce this, or if you want to create more density, kind of more distance look, you can increase. And again, if it's slightly go to 10, it doesn't mean you can even type very big values like 100, it will create even more. So those boxes, even sliders, is give you kind of average range. You can still go inside the boxes and type your own custom values. Also, a bit later, when we're done developing, I want to work on a quality boost and pop up this little bit higher. So when the final picture will render, it will give us nice smooth clouds. But for the testing, we can have it none, or actually we can even reduce, so it will speed up our render. Okay, so we done with presettings of our atmospheres. Let's click OK, and let's go right now. Look on the scenery what we have it. Again, let's go to be sure we have it in preview quality. And again, if this one is a little bit too big for you, you always can click with smaller size, which is still remember your custom presettings, so you can customize them, which is very nice and time saving, so you don't need to write down. Here's preview. Okay, so we'll go look on our preview image, and you can see with clouds and atmosphere we applied, it's already made a quite bit different, and the image itself, it's give it more character to this more kind of dramatic look. One on the bottom right here, I kind of don't like it too light, so let's add maybe some more clouds. And other ways to do this, besides modify atmospheres, we always can go ahead and use our meta cloud to add additional on the bottom. So if you remember the meta clouds located right here, we just right click, so we can select it, and we can go ahead and select which one. Let's see what we have it. And actually this one was look very nice. First we selected. Let's click OK. It will create clouds, and sometimes put on a distance, so we need to come closer. Let's go resize it. And I'm going to drop down and actually place it right here below. Maybe resize it once more. Okay, and here as you can spend some time to position and look, and you can see even on our small preview it does add more interesting details on the bottom. It doesn't just look flat white, it's give it interesting twist and character. Okay, so when we're done positioning clouds, and you can spend hours and hours by doing this, next let's go work with the lighting. One nice thing was introduced in Vue 6 and was improved quite a bit in Vue 7. It is effect lighting on a sky, on an atmosphere. So right now it's just simple kind of bluish gray, whatever sky is color, but we can always add coloring. So let's create first light. Maybe put somewhere right here. Okay, one option in the light you can notice, it's this one called influence on the spectral clouds. So if we enable this, it means light now, whatever it's producing, it will light up or color or whatever influence was producing on that area was around. So let's go select that color, that light, and at this point is how much your creativity will come up. So I want to just go ahead and select red color for this and pop up maybe 200. Let's see how it will look. Oh yeah, you can see how it's already influenced, have red coloring kind of adding. So let's go create another light, and you can just click right here if you want it, or sometimes you can go over this light, hold down Alt button and just drag. That will replicate our lights with all properties. All what we need to do, maybe switch to some different color. So we have it now blue coloring right here, and you know what, let's move this one maybe a little bit more far so we have a distance. Here let's go create another one, same drag or copy, and we'll move right here. So again, all those lights positionings you can just simply go ahead and experiment putting and see with lights how they will affect. Okay, there is some other light. Right here a little bit not too dark on the bottom, and you know what, have a very nice option for this. So if we create one more light and we're putting down below, so just out of the camera view, we can again enable lighting, and instead increasing power we're going to negative. So what has happened, it's actually will remove the lighting from there, it's make it darker, so it's a casting like black light. And by doing this, you can see we can go very insane, and it's add very sharp dark ones. It won't look very realistic, but it will give it this kind of mystery. So we have lights on top and black on the bottom. So with the manipulating, with the lighting manipulation, you actually can very easy to go ahead and make influence one way or another one, which is in real life, it's what we call black holes, which absorbing lights. So in some cases you can create your own light type black hole which produce black light. Okay, and because it's Vortex, we're opening a portal, we need to create something right there producing lighting. And on that case we'll go ahead and we'll start using the aquatic spotlight. So we go ahead, put it right here, a bit adjust point into camera, point right this. And a few things we're going to do, it is first enable volumetric, and you see how it's already up. Let's go to edit volumetric settings, and we need to enable this shadow smoke. So this is will give us nice kind of looking dust and smoke. Next, let's load it our gel, light gel. So we'll go right here, and I'll just select the spots. Okay, we'll click OK on this one. Okay, softness and spread, because we're up there, so I want a little bit maybe pop up, spread the light a little bit more. Fallout, let's make it a little bit 24 just slightly. And with the power you want kind of play, see if you want it higher or lower, depend on your setting. So just position right here. It just depends how you will place it, your light, that will produce kind of nice striking lights, more like in a vortex. So let's go to right now preview our image, and I'll pause. Well, one thing you need to notice when you start doing all this working with lights and clouds, it will take a bit longer time for your machine to render, but it's again it will bring a quite bit astonishing result, because it's what Vue is based on. It's working with the clouds, lighting and atmosphere. It's one of the strongest part of all applications in the market. Okay, so here we kind of still halfway, so not all the way, but I just want to look on some details. Like for example, I'm going to move the light, the point light a little bit out and maybe higher, so I don't see any light strikes going too much. We can notice, but not as much. Maybe just reduce a little bit on a blue light as well. So let's go take our blue light, we'll just move a little bit away, so just slightly decreasing, so it won't be overwhelmed. We'll take our lights, move it a little bit up, and you know what, maybe let's go to edit, maybe change lighting to main array instead, so that will give us a little bit more power and a little bit more looking on just to the camera. Yeah, there you go, a bit better, so we can reduce more lights. And here we'll take a little bit adjustments, how you can create on your light so the strikes look just right. Okay, we can also go ahead and drop this one a little bit down. Again, this is adjusting and tweaking you can perform for a very long time to create your own settings, but you can notice what I want to show you right now. It is how with manipulating atmospheres and lights with enable influence on our atmosphere we can create very interesting look. And you know what, let me go ahead and render this and the image. So and this is what we will have it in the end. If you notice, we add lights more right here. It's our strike, and again this doesn't have any post-production done at all to this. It's a straight from the view, and it's have a very nice interesting look like it's almost painting, but again it's by applying lights to our clouds, manipulating with atmospheres and the lighting. Okay, and again, if you need these models, you can go ahead to it's a growboto.com, download it, free demo, and they have a free object you can play around or look on applications. Again, I will have it more tutorials coming how to use in a Growboto, and also if just couple tips, and I put them on a website. If you decide to purchase, don't just purchase because its price is about $70, but if you download a demo, they will send you email with the coupon list. In my case, where you can take additional $30 off, which is make application very reasonable price in this case. Again, also thank you for waiting for this little bit delay in our tutorials. I'm kind of happy to have it few announced. We have a lot of new products coming out. We're finishing Megabug 3 for Vue 7 and Vue 6. A lot of new stuff there, materials, infinity trains, a lot of interesting ideas will be there. And also we're actually finish writing the book from Geekatplay, and it will be published by Focal Press. It's a lot of work, a lot of verification going, and more details coming on that. Again, thank you for watching this tutorial from Geekatplay Studio. Please come visit us on the web is www.geekatplay.com.